A lot of people want to know where I'm at, so I'll tell you where I'm at. When this manager came into the club, the reason I had my concerns was because of his inexperience. On top of that, there was inexperience all around him, not just on the pitch, but up in board level. And of course, Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke, who are not experienced football men, whether you love or hate them. So I thought to myself, what we really need is an experienced team or an experienced coach. And if we have one of them, we might be okay. To have neither was a massive issue for me. Project Youth I've already seen twice and it hasn't worked. Wilshere and Ramsey was 2.0, 1.0 before that was Van Persie and Fabregas. So to be told that we're now Project Youth 3.0 with Saka, Smith Rowe and Martinelli might look great, but let's just hope in 4 years' time they don't go to Newcastle City United like Sanchez did, like Fabregas did, like Van Persie did, because we've already been there. That would be a waste for me. When I look at what's happened on the pitch, I think there's been some huge errors in the last 2.5 years. For the first half year, I gave Arteta credit. I said it's got a free hit for me, and whatever happens at the end of this season, we're in such a mess because of the way that we've been left by Arsene Wenger, even Gazidis, and in some cases Unai Emery. He's got the half the season to show me what he can do, and he won us an FA Cup. And I remember I listened to a voice note the other day, believe it or not, that I sent to Claude. So we were doing a tribute show, and I was looking at some voice notes that me and him had put to each other. And you wouldn't believe the voice note I sent him. I said, this guy looks like he's got something. He's won an FA Cup. He looks like he's got something about him. I like what he's saying in press conferences. And I give him quite a lot of credit. It was quite funny listening to myself back, thinking, wow, how different was I back then? Then we went into the season of 2020 in COVID, and we went through that horrendous losses. Loss at home, and I thought, right, I'm done then. I can't see any more of this. We've been left behind. It's not working. We've got to go and try and get someone to save our season. We had Thomas Tuchel available. We didn't go for him. Frank Lampard left in 9th position. They went and won a Champions League and got top 4 because they had an elite manager. And I thought, why did we not do that? But we stuck with this guy. I was questioning it all throughout. And I thought, don't you dare lose to Unai Emery, because that will be your nail in your coffin. He lost to Unai Emery. The guy was still here. I was done. I thought, no, I can't sit there and watch this anymore. This is madness. What is actually happening here? Questioning his decisions, playing Xhaka at left back, Partey in the middle on his own, leaving us very vulnerable in midfield. But we kept with him. We missed out. We come 8th again. We loved an 8th place, and it looked to me as if 8th place was acceptable. And 8th place has never, for me, been acceptable. So, of course, I still have my question marks. We went into the summer. He was given 150 million, and I thought to myself, okay, let's see what we can do in this summer. I actually quite liked the summer recruitment. I gave Arteta and Edu a lot of praise, in my opinion, for who they'd brought in. I was happy with a lot of the signings. When we got to the first 3 games and we'd not really set ourselves up right, I thought, okay, this guy is bottom of the league and just needs another couple of losses and he'll have to go. At that time, there was Antonio Conte who was sniffing around. The Inter Milan situation wasn't looking too good. And I thought we needed somebody elite like that to pull us out of the dirt, because that's where we were, bottom of the league. Then we started to pick up a few results, and I thought, okay, convince me that you can go on a run now. But we couldn't. We tripped up again to Liverpool. We lost to Everton. We lost to Manchester United. And I thought, how many more games does this guy have to lose again before we start questioning him again? Of course, he goes on a nice little run again. So all the times I was starting to say, okay, convincing me. Oh, now you've gone and lost 3 games in a row again. He did it again. We got dumped out to Forest. We got dumped out to Liverpool. And I thought to myself, why are we seeing this all of a sudden? Question marks. The transfer window's open. Go and sign someone. We went out to Forest. We went out to Liverpool because we had no players. We had COVID. But the transfer window was still open. We were selling more players. I didn't understand it. I thought the lack of experience was showing. I thought it would come back to bite them. Then we went on a nice little convincing run, and I thought to myself, okay, you're lucky at the moment. It's not coming back to bite you. And then it did. We lost to Palace. We lost to Southampton. We lost to Brighton. And if it wasn't for Tottenham and Man United being the bottle jobs that they've been this season, we wouldn't even be talking about top 4 right now. We wouldn't even be talking about Europe, to be fair. But we are, because of the teams around us that have been bottling their games just like we did around times of the season. Since 2022, I would say I've probably been given Arteta the most praise that I have. And the reason I've done that is because I've seen something different on the pitch. I've seen a system. I've seen something that's now working. I've had an understanding of our style of play, which I've questioned for 2 years and still stand by should not take 2 years. But it's now there. I understand it. I can see what he's trying to do, at least. I had question marks over the lot replacing Aubameyang, and I thought it would come back to bite us. And maybe it could do. But at the moment, it's certainly getting away with it in terms of goals by committee. But having said all of that, and having my doubts and concerns and not being convinced by what I'm seeing in parts of the last 2.5 years, what I will say, and what I cannot have any Arsenal fan or any Arteta out fan that says that they do not believe that they've seen progress is just wrong. Because there has been progress. 100% there's been progress. Not just in the league, but actually by some of the style of play, some of the players that we've seen that have improved, and some of the telepathy between the fans and the players and the coach, to be fair, has definitely improved. And when you go to games, you can't deny that that's not there. So when people say they haven't seen progress still, I kind of question where you're going with that, because I have seen progress and I've not been convinced 100%. If he gets us into the Champions League, he's done something I did not think he could do. Now, I think this team are good enough for the Champions League, and I think they've probably proved that they are there or thereabouts. I didn't think this guy was, though. I had no doubt in my mind that this guy was going to finish below, outside of the European places, 7th or 8th again, even with this side, because I didn't see enough from him in the last 2.5 years to say that there was any evidence to show that he was the right guy to take us forward. Now, what I like is when people can prove me wrong. Martin Odegaard's done that this season. In 2021, when we had him, I thought, he looks all right. Everybody was loving this guy, and I thought, I don't think he's going to take us forward. Boy, was I wrong. A lot of the fan base have been wrong with a couple of players. Tomiyasu, who the hell's that? Ramsdale, he sucks. Both of those guys have been two of our best players, proving people wrong. If Mikel Arteta gets in the top 4, I will eat that humble pie because I was wrong. So, Mikel, if you get us across the line at the North London Derby, or if you get us into the top 4 or the Champions League spot next season, I'll hold my hands up, I'll say fair play, and I'll back you 100%, which, to be fair, I've done anyway, because I have been at every game, home and away this season, cheering on the boys. But I'll back you 100% if you get us Champions League football. Why? Because I believe that is something that you did not have no chance of getting. What I'm seeing is an amazing telepathy between the fans, the connect, and the players. I like what the manager says in terms of where he wants to take us, and I am ambitious. Yeah, I think he is too. I think, unfortunately, there's being ambitious and there's being realistic, which people might look at. And the last thing I'll say, as for being a flip-flop, the Judges gets it. I've had it before. Sophie's had it. Ask yourself this. Is Man City one of the best teams in the league at the moment? Yes. Were they in 2004? No. So you must be a flip-flop then, because now you don't think they are. All of us are flip-flops. 1 minute we're winning, 1 minute we're losing. We don't think we're great, then we do think we're great. It's football. That's what happens. Everybody can change their opinion. If you get to a situation where you think that you have a right to win stuff, obviously you're wrong. If you feel that you should be wanting to demand the best, I think that is absolutely fine by me. And that's something that I've always wanted to do. So that's where I stand. We get top 4. I'll say fair play Mikel Arteta. And I will 100% back going into a summer, which is going to be massive, by the way, in terms of recruitment, to then push on. It's not job done. It's not Jay from the in-between has completed it, mate. Top 4 is just the beginning. We then need to go into the pushing as far as we can next season to a title challenge towards Liverpool and City. Hell, do I think we're going to win the league next season? Absolutely not. But if we can get into between 6 to 9 points of Liverpool and Man City, I will see huge progression towards this team and this football club. So that's what I've got to try and get behind. Fair play. I think I can take a breath now.